All right, everybody, welcome back into All Things Arkansas Basketball with Tara Talmadge. Thanks so much for coming in again this week.
Of course. Happy to do it. I love talking about the Razorbacks winning games.
Right, and we had so much fun last week with Pringle and everything like that. He reached out to me, actually.
Did he
was
really?
like, I've been waiting for this. And I'm like, we are trying. We're really trying to help you here, sir.
We just need retweets. Everyone needs to tag Pringles. And we'll get this set up because I love that he messaged you about that. That's so great.
I was like, we're trying. We're here for you, dude.
Yeah.
But Arkansas, a big dominant SEC win. But before that, the team that we saw on Tuesday and the team that we saw on Saturday, two completely different teams. Yeah. The team against Georgia is like,
what's going on?
Right. And then you walk into Bud, and maybe it's because they were away.
Yeah.
But then you walk in to Bud and they play like that against Vandy, against the number 15 Vandy, when you got bumped down to 20?
Yeah. I mean, I remember when we were doing this last week, and we both agreed that anyone in this league, especially at this point in the season, is completely susceptible to losing a game in a bad way. And that's exactly what happened. I mean, look, I don't know what the reason is why we're playing so much better at home than we are on the road.
It's the fans.
There we go. Let's chalk it up to that. But Coach Cal said it after the game against Vanderbilt, too. He was like, so apparently I have two different teams. He's trying to figure it out just like we are. But for them to bounce back in that type of fashion and to beat a highly ranked Vanderbilt team, who I do think, like, and I'm not saying they made a good team look bad.
Yes, yes.
So we'll go with that. But at the same time, I do think that maybe people got a little ahead of themselves and thinking so highly of Vanderbilt just based off of what I saw and what we saw on the court that night. But regardless, big win for Arkansas. Great to get back on track. And we're going to see if they can keep things rolling. I think they can this weekend against LSU.
I mean, building off of that, too, it was Arkansas from the beginning.
Yeah.
Like, I think Vandy was also having a bit of an off night. Maybe they're a little bit overhyped at this point in the season. But again, back to your original point, what you said pretty much as soon as I stopped talking before, I feel like there's not quite a dominant team in the SEC. Like, it's kind of a round robin right now. Like, anyone could beat anyone on any given night.
Yeah, I mean, Florida's definitely coming along right now.
That would be the only team that I'd pick
that's
out.
probably, the one that I would pick. But at the same time, Arkansas is right up there with them. And so if you're looking at talent-wise and athleticism, I'd argue Arkansas over anyone else. Because what they did to Vanderbilt, in my opinion, I mean, they made Vanderbilt look just small. Yeah. They made them look unathletic. They made them look slow.
They looked like they were running around with chickens with their heads cut off. They didn't know what to do.
They made some really poor shot decisions as well. I mean, they were chucking it up from places they had no business putting up shots. And so we'll just go with that. But I will say, again, Vanderbilt's not a bad team. This is a tough conference, and it's a big win for Arkansas. But the Razorbacks playing the way they did, they played free, they played fun. And then you still had Coach Cal after the game saying that Darius was just going through the motions, which is wild because he had such an incredible game. But he was like, you know what? Go sit on the bench for a little bit, and I'll bring you back when you're ready. Yeah. And that was a great comeback, getting back into the game. So Cal knows what he's doing with these guys.
He does. And talking about someone who's sitting on the bench right now, which this was a big change up, especially for him personally, DJ Wagner. This is only the second game in his time being coached by Coach Cal that he did not start a game. Yeah. He was with Cal at Kentucky, then followed him to Arkansas, was here with him at Arkansas last year, now here with him again this year. This is only the second time. Like,
crazy.
That's hard. That's a really hard spot to be in. You have a freshman phenom that's coming in and taking your spot, and now you're losing your starting spot to a different freshman.
Yeah. That's tough. That is tough. I will say, like, I can't imagine being in that position where I think it was like 82 out of 83 games he had started for Coach Cal coming into that game Tuesday night. So now it's 82 out of 84. Yep. And to be honest, I think it's going to keep going that direction just because of the way that he played. I mean, you can give it up to whatever you want, but he played better than he had all season. He hadn't been shooting the ball all that well prior to this. That was a different story. I think genuinely, too, it'll help this team in the long run, him coming off the bench, because you do have Darius, he's your guy. Yeah. He's your point guard. Yeah. He's the guy. When you have a guy like DJ Wagner, who now doesn't have to play off the ball, he can actually be the true point guard in those situations. if he's given Darius a break, I think that's just going to be huge for this team.
Mm-hmm. And also the maturity that it takes for a player to step aside and realize the betterment for the team is for him to not be in that starting five. And that's also really hard. But that's a testament to how Coach Cal coaches and kind of what he's instilled in the players so far of, hey, this is what we got to do to get to where we want to get to. And that's a national championship.
Right. And at the end of the day, that doesn't mean that if you're on the bench that you're not a great player. This team is full of them.
Right.
So
there's a heavy eight
Malik
rotation.
Thomas was coming off the bench for most of the season. So it doesn't mean what people think it means sometimes.
Yes.
I get it. It's a blow to your ego sometimes. I totally understand that. But I think these guys have a good head on their shoulders. DJ Wagner is a fantastic player. And there are bigger goals ahead for this team. We're still so early into conference play.
Yep.
But all that said, I mean, what is it? Bobby Knight, there's no greater motivator than being on the bench. He said it in a different way that I won't say right now because we can't say that word. But there's no greater motivator in sports. And we saw it. I mean, DJ was out there playing aggressive. He threw down that dunk that was just
electric.
Electric, yes. Good word for that.
Yep.
So I think this team is hitting at the right time.
There were a couple of those. There was, I think it was
a couple. There were so many dunks.
I know. I think it was Malik Ewan. There was one point where this was my first game that I got to go to Bud Walton as a fan. I went with my dad, and there were a couple of points where I was like, "That's it for how many points he has." And we were like, he just has loud points, like major slams or big threes, great passes, good assists, like things that literally got every fan in Bud Walton on their feet.
There was a part where, and again, great coaching by Cal. Some of those inbound plays were fantastic. And Malik Ewan gets the ball on the inbound, and he just kind of pump fake and goes straight to the rim for a dunk. That one was loud, electric, as you said.
Yep.
But honestly, I remember when they went to half, and I was like, wait, we're only up 11?
Yeah.
How
right?
is that
It felt like they were
possible?
so much more dominant than that.
It felt way different. And that's one of those things when you watch a lot of the conference games this year, I think going into half, because we've had so many crazy endings that sometimes you're thinking, oh, you know what? They might be able to come back from this. You never know what
Especially
could happen.
11 points, that's nothing.
Right. But at the same time, if you watched that game, you could feel it. There was no way that Vanderbilt was going to come back, even though if it was just 11 points. So great fast start. Cal has talked about that a lot too, is getting off to a good start, and you can see why.
Not digging yourself into a hole that you kind of did with Georgia.
Exactly.
Couldn't come back from that. Came close, but I do think it was also a big testament to Arkansas's defense. I thought there was a significant amount of growth from what we saw versus Georgia against this. And there's one play that we all know what one I'm about to bring up with Billy, and it was the cleanest block in college basketball this season. Okay, maybe not, but really. And it ended up calling a foul. And I was up in the seats and everything. My jaw was on the floor. I was like, what?
Yeah.
So you have those plays where like, okay, like that sucks, but still getting after it, still going out on the floor, going hard and everything like that. I thought Arkansas's defense was significantly better.
Yes. I on that play, by the way, I remember when they called it, and I thought, did I see that wrong?
No,
or something. And then they showed the replay, and I was like,
nope, that was clean as day.
That was so clean. Don't know why they called that one, but that's always going to be stuff like that in games. But anyways, they played great, aggressive defense. Vanderbilt's a team that averaged, I think, over 90 points per game coming into this one.
Held them to 68.
Unreal. So again, to make a good team look bad is really a statement win for this Arkansas team.
Yep. A big SEC win.
Yeah.
And they're going to need to do that again against LSU.
Yep.
We're going to talk a little bit more about some leadership that we're seeing on the court, and then preview some games and some even really fun weather, because I'm sure you hear Josh Rugger in the background giving everybody an update on that. Stick with us after the break. All right, welcome back in with Alien Tara. We have some more that we still need to talk about, kind of just debriefed basically everything that went down since the last time that you and I talked on here. But up next is the LSU game.
Yes.
And it's going to be a winter wonderland here in Fayetteville.
A little bit, yeah.
And I'm really here for it because I've been missing the snow a little bit.
I was about to say, you're used to it.
Yes.
So,
and we've been hearing lots of different inches numbers. We've been hearing 6 inches. We've been hearing 8 inches. I know that some people down in Little Rock were saying possibly 24 inches.
Goodness.
So that's music to my ears personally. I'm like, let's go out and build a snowman or something.
We're going to go sledding. We do have a lot of hills here.
Yes, exactly.
And a bunch of people on campus usually end up running around.
What do they use for sleds, though?
And stuff. Whatever they have.
Like
some
probably a
people
cardboard
actually
box?
have sleds.
Oh, okay.
And then some people just find random objects. I've seen people do like floats from the pool, like pool floaties, and go down. So whatever you can find, get out there, have a good time.
Wait, that's perfect because that's basically like a winter tube, like a tubing tube.
Exactly.
The winter ones are just a little bit like more sturdy because you're like launching yourself onto them to go down the hill, but whatever.
But honestly, when it's this cold, it needs to snow for me at least. I
mean,
that's what I'm saying. I don't like the cold weather. The only thing that makes it worth it is if it's pretty and snow is outside, and we haven't gotten that yet this year.
I could not agree more. And everyone's like, because I went to Syracuse, so everyone's like, oh my gosh, how did you go to Syracuse? It's so cold there year round. And I'm like, yes, but it also snows every day. So you are walking to class, like seriously, like an inch or two a day at least.
It's unreal.
Because we have a lake right there, so we get the lake effect snow.
Oh, okay.
So it's not this like heavy, wet, like it's not that. It's like this beautiful, light, fluffy. Like so campus literally it literally feels like you're walking to class in a snow globe. It's awesome.
My favorite is when we have a lot of talented photographers here on campus that work for the athletic department, and I love when it snows and they go around to all the different. Whether it's the football field or the different statues we have on campus, and they take these amazing photos of everything in the snow, and it's just
something
pretty.
About like everything in the snow. It just looks prettier.
Yeah, absolutely. The inside of Bud Walton will still be warm.
Yep.
If anyone can get there, though.
Yep.
I don't drive well in the snow.
Get there safely. Yeah. Walk. Make sure you're shoveling. Pour some salt down. Bring some salt.
Haley's got all the tips for us because I don't have any.
Even putting hot water in a Ziploc bag, and then you rub that on your windshield, and that will melt all of the ice, any of the snow or anything, if there's any ice that's stuck on your windshield. So like once you wipe it off with your windshield wiper, or the scraper that you have in your car, but get a warm little Ziploc baggie with warm water, and it melts it all in like 2 seconds.
There you go.
That's your tip of the day.
And now we know. I just order stuff from Amazon. Any little gadgets or gizmos that are supposed to help me in the snow, I have them.
Well, now they're all going to come up on our TikTok, our Instagram, everything now that we've been talking about this.
Exactly.
But Cal was telling some of us, put out a tweet about if you're a season ticket holder to send things to a certain email so that some of the students can come.
I think it's Tix, Tix. It's on Twitter, everyone.
Yep, go check it out.
Go check it out. But anyways, Cal's big on the fact that there's a lot of students that want to go to those games, and they simply we don't have enough room for all of them.
The student section has been outstanding.
Yeah,
every game,
every
home
single game, and especially on a day where you're not really going to be able to go many places on Saturday, but these students are still on campus. His plan is that hopefully if you're a season ticket holder and you can't go to that game, if you transfer them to that email, he's saying that he's going to get them into the hands of students, which would be amazing to do that. And I think, I don't know how many fans are going to show up at that game just because it's going to be a hard game to get to.
Yeah.
But getting the students there would definitely help.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
I don't know. I feel like it's going to be this, like, I think it's going to be loud.
Yeah.
I'll leave it at that. I just think it's going to be loud. I think it's going to be a great environment.
Hey, as long as the teams can both make it there and the refs can all make it there, I think, in the past we've had teams that have had a really hard time getting to our games before. But I think it should be fine.
Right? I think so.
LSU should be able to figure it out. Yeah. Maybe come a day earlier if they need to or something. It'll all be okay.
Because everyone tune into KNWA to get the weather updates because I don't know as much as they know. That's why they're the paid professionals. But I think the worst of it is going to be Saturday. So that'll make for a fun time on campus. But I hope I'm driving to the game with my dad. We're also going to that game.
Oh, that'll be fun.
And I hope we're driving to that game or just driving around the area and we see people tubing and sledding. Like that
you
will
absolutely
make my day.
will.
Yes.
You definitely will.
My dad will get out and join them 1,000%. I'll be like, oh, here we go.
Post video, post pictures. I need to see this.
Okay, I will document it. I also have to get your rating on our first hog call. We'll do that at the very end. We'll save that for the end.
Deal.
Okay, but let's get back to a little bit more hardwood talk.
Yeah.
Darius Acuff, I think we've talked about him, and we'll continue to talk about him all season long. But I think what's really impressive about him, obviously, he's an outstanding player. Mm-hmm. But I think something that I've been trying to look for more is the way that he takes accountability when he makes a bad pass or he takes a bad shot. But also the fact that he'll go up to other players and kind of call them out in a respectful way, and they take to it really well.
Yeah.
And even conversations that I feel like, and again, this is me observing from where I'm able to be placed with the media, but even with Cal, like going back and forth with him and kind of a little bit of pushback of like taking accountability, but also being like, this isn't working, or this didn't work, or that was the wrong play, that's the wrong look. Like, why don't you look here instead? And I think the guys take to it very well.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen it in practice too. It's just the way that, and this, by the way, is not the way the season started for him either. Mm-hmm. He's a freshman, and you have guys who have been here or been playing college basketball for years, and for them to be able to respect you enough to listen to you like that really speaks volumes about the type of player you are, the type of person you are, but also the passion that you have for the game. Because I know that if it was coming from a bad place, it would be totally different. He has grown into that leadership role, and I think he's really started to take ownership of this team as his. Yeah. So that can only lead to good things going forward for the Hogs.
If I'm an NBA scout and I see that, or I hear that coming from other players, like, that's something that you can't teach. Right. Leadership is not something that you can teach players, and some just kind of naturally fall into it based off of where their position that they play or anything like that. Mm-hmm. Like, that's something that's really, it's a really important skill to have that not everybody has, and you can see it when there's 5 guys on the floor and that point guard doesn't have that skill.
Yeah, it's kind of like, a quarterback or something, a quarterback who you have to have that type of energy. He's the point guard. You have to have that type of energy with your team to be able to run things the way they need to be run. And Coach Cal trusts him with that, and he holds him accountable on the court and in practice as well.
Yep. All right, so we got to wrap it up quick because Aleshli is going to be going live with lots of weather updates.
All right.
Good thing, because we were trying to talk about it and we shouldn't be talking about it on here. But for the last part, I have to show you our hog call.
Please do.
Because I was pretty impressed with it. I thought that we did a pretty good job. Again, my dad had absolutely no idea what was going on, came into this completely blind. I'll show the camera after
Please
this.
do. Or you can show it now and I can look at it.
This was the two of us. Let's see if everyone can see.
All right, I can see it.
Can you see it?
Yep.
I guess you can't really see my dad. I didn't record this very well. I was also very self-conscious about this because
hey, I like
everybody was there.
Well, yes.
And
look at that.
But I'm like, is this cringy for me to be recording right now?
No.
So
you know how many people have recorded their hog calls over the years?
I know.
You're fine.
But this is just me being new here, and I'm like, oh, is this a normal thing to do?
You did a great job. We got the spirit fingers.
We went all the way up. I told him, I was like, arms have to go all the way up.
If you're going to do it, you need to commit. No halving it here, a full go. So you did great.
Thank you.
10 out of 10. No notes.
I'll report back. No notes. I'll report back. But Tara, thanks so much for hopping on for a quick episode. This was lots of fun.
Of course. I always have fun doing this.